Yep, you seen the title, you seen the thumbnail. This is the ultimate baked spaghetti. You ready? Let's go. All right, so let's go ahead and get into what we're gonna use in today's recipe. So right here, we got our ground beef. We're gonna use some marinara sauce or some spaghetti sauce, whichever one you wanna do. We got some mozzarella here. We're gonna use some onions, smoked paprika, garlic. We're gonna use some freshly grated Parmesan cheese, olive oil, black pepper, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, cream cheese, some seasoned salt, some onion powder. We got some butter right here. We have some salt and pepper combined right here. And right here we have some ricotta cheese. And of course we have our spaghetti here. So guys, I'm gonna leave the measurements to all these ingredients in the video description. Let's start cooking. Okay, to get started, we're gonna add a tablespoon of olive oil and get that up to temperature. All right, so now that we're up to temperature, we're gonna add our onions. And we're gonna cook these for about 5 to 7 minutes till they soften. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our garlic. And we're gonna cook this for another minute or so. Make sure you don't burn your garlic. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start adding our ground beef to this garlic and onion mixture. And we're gonna cook this until our beef is brown throughout. So however long that takes. All right, so now that we've browned our meat, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start adding our dry ingredients. It's our Italian seasoning, our smoked paprika. Now this is optional, your smoked paprika, but I just love smoked paprika in my foods. Pepper, that seasoned salt, garlic powder, and that onion powder. And we're gonna get this mixed up in here for another 30 seconds. And guys, if you wanna season your meat with whatever you want to, that's fine. You don't have to use the exact seasonings that I use, but this is what I use. All right, so now that we have this mixed in, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause our heat and I'm going to go over here and I'm gonna drain whatever liquid that's in here. There's not much in here, but I'm gonna go over here and drain it out. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. I've drained the meat. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna unpause our heat. We're gonna pour our marinara sauce or our spaghetti sauce. And we're gonna get this mixed up like this. And we're gonna bring this to a slight simmer. And once it comes up to a slight simmer, what you wanna do is you wanna turn it down and then let it cook for an additional 5 minutes. All right, so now it looks like we're up to a slight simmer. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reduce this down and I'm just gonna let it cook for about another 5 minutes. So remember guys, you wanna make sure that you have your pasta cooking right now according to the package instructions. So once this finished, you can start adding it to the pan. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn our heat off. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna sit this aside and let it cool. Well, I don't necessarily have to let it cool, but I'm just gonna sit it aside while we start preparing our ricotta cheese mixture, all right? All right, so we're gonna prepare our cheese mixture. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna just add our ricotta cheese in here, along with our 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. You wanna make sure your cream cheese is at room temperature also. A little salt and pepper. And we're gonna use a 1/2 cup of our freshly shredded Parmesan cheese. And guys, the only thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna get this baby mixed up like this. And guys, this is what we have. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. All right, so I brought our spaghetti pasta back over. I drained it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our meat mixture and we're just gonna add that just like that to our pasta. And we're just gonna start mixing that up just like this. And you just wanna make sure you get it mixed well. All right, so right here, what I like to do is I like to take another 1/4 of a cup of our Parmesan cheese, and I just like to add it in here like that. I like to get that mixed in here like that. All right, guys, so I think we have it mixed well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start adding this to our baking sheet, all right? Our baking pan. All right, so what we're gonna do is start preparing our baking sheet. So I'm just gonna spray a little, lightly spray some cooking spray on the bottom right here. And the reason I do it lightly is because I've chopped our butter into 12 pieces. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay or place our butter throughout the pan like this. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 1/2 of our spaghetti mixture and we're gonna start adding it to our pan like this. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna come over the top of that with our ricotta cheese mixture. And you're gonna take some and you're just gonna smooth it out all over your spaghetti. And the key to this is keeping your spatula flat on the surface, because if you lift it up, it's gonna move some of your spaghetti. So just keep it flat on the surface and move it around the pan. So now what we're gonna do is come on top of that with half of our mozzarella. Remember, we got 3 cups, so you're gonna use like 1.5 cups. And guys, I use fresh mozzarella. When I'm making stuff like this, I need that fresh mozzarella, not the imitation. I like the way this melts and it just tastes better, especially on pasta. Just tastes better. All right, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna come back on top of that with the remaining of our spaghetti mixture. And next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the remaining of our butter, the remaining of our Parmesan cheese that was left over, and of course the rest of our mozzarella. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna cover it with some aluminum foil. And you wanna make sure you cover it tightly. And make sure your oven is preheated to 375 degrees, and we're gonna cook it covered for 20 minutes. And then we're gonna come back, pull off our cover and let it cook for an additional 10 to 15 minutes, just depending on what it takes to get that cheese bubbling and going, all right? So let me go ahead and get this in the oven. Okay, so we're 20 minutes in. We're gonna remove our aluminum foil. All right, so this is what we have after 20 minutes into the oven. So it's probably good to spray the top of aluminum foil so it doesn't pour your cheese from your spaghetti. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in the oven for another 10 minutes, and then we're gonna pull it out, all right? And this is where we have another 10 minutes out of the oven. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just going to sprinkle some fresh parsley over the top of it, kind of give that baby some color. And there you have it, guys. Baked spaghetti. So go ahead, let me know what you think about this recipe in the comments below. I wanna hear how you prepare yours in the comments below. Also, the measurements and ingredients are all in the video description below, guys, so go ahead and check it out. We're gonna go ahead and give it the quality control so we can have a bite of this baked spaghetti. I'm ready, let's go. All right, so we are here for quality control, man. Look at that nice piece of baked spaghetti there. So we're not gonna waste any time. We're just gonna get into it so I can tell you guys what it tastes like. I left my Parmesan cheese in there. I should have brought that up, but that's okay. I'm not gonna eat all this while I'm on camera, so I'll go get my Parmesan cheese. Let's check this out now. Oh, wow. Oh, man. I love spaghetti anyway, but I definitely love this is good. It's seasoned to the T. And it's seasoned just like I want it. Now, some people use cream cheese instead of ricotta cheese. I like the ricotta cheese better than the cream cheese when it comes to eating it with this baked spaghetti. Now, I know you guys saying, yeah, well, you put cream cheese. I just only put 2 tablespoons, so you're not really getting that cream cheese taste. The cream cheese taste is not overpowering that 8 ounces of ricotta cheese. That's all I'm trying to say. So I just like the ricotta cheese, the way it tastes with this versus what the sour cream tastes like. And this is delicious. So, guys, until the end, I can't stop. I mean, it's good. Well, until the end, I'm your cook, Spinelli, and y'all already know, I ain't no chef. I just cook a lot, and I'm out. Peace.